In these mountains of Tibet, a fiery sunset conjured a mirage of molten gold from the glaciers and the snowfields. A serrated blade of Himalayan peaks, with Everest at its hilt, cut the sky. Far from civilization, this vast panorama soothed Deucalion. For several years he had preferred to avoid people, except for Buddhist monks in this wind-swept rooftop of the world. Although he had not killed for a long time, he still harbored the capacity for homicidal fury. Here he strove always to suppress his darker urges, sought calm, and hoped to find true peace. From an open stone balcony of the whitewashed monastery, as he gazed at the sun-splashed ice pack, he considered, not for the first time, that these two elements, fire and ice, defined his life. At his side, an elderly monk, Nebo, asked, "Are you looking at the mountains, or beyond them, to what you left behind?" "I don't miss much of that world. The sea, the sound of shorebirds, a few friends, Cheez-Its." "Cheeses? We have cheese here." Deucalion smiled and pronounced the word more clearly than he'd done previously. "Cheez-Its are cheddar-flavored crackers. Here in this monastery we seek enlightenment, meaning, purpose, God. Yet often the humblest things of daily life, the small pleasures, seem to define existence for me. I'm afraid I'm a shallow student, Nebo." Pulling his wool robe closer about himself as wintry breezes bit, Nebo said, "To the contrary, never have I had one less shallow than you. Just hearing about Cheez-Its, I myself am intrigued." The mandala-shaped Rambuk Monastery, an architectural wonder of brick walls, soaring towers, and graceful roofs, clung precariously to a barren mountainside, imposing, majestic, hidden from the world. Waterfalls of steps spilled down the sides of the square towers to the base of the main levels, granting access to interior courtyards. Deucalion stood for a long time without speaking. Nebo waited beside him. Time had little meaning in the clockless world of the monks, and after 200 years of life, with perhaps more than that ahead of him, Deucalion often lived with no awareness of time. He stared down into the canyons full of purple twilight, east of the monastery. Out of that gloaming, a distant figure approached. "A messenger," he said. "The surgeon in the dream spoke truth." The old monk could not at first see the visitor. His eyes, the color of vinegar, seemed to have been faded by the unfiltered sun of extreme altitude. Then they widened. "We must meet him at the gates."